13th dynasty of Egypt. The 13th dynasty of ancient Egypt, notated dynasty number 13, was a series of rulers from approximately 1803 BC until approximately 1649 BC. It lasted for 154 years. It is often classified as the final dynasty of the Middle Kingdom, which includes dynasties 11, 12, and 14. But some historians instead group it in the second intermediate period with dynasties 14 through 17. Dynasty 13 initially ruled from the Nile Delta to the second cataract of the Nile. However, the dynasty marked a period of decline and instability, with the Canaanite dynasty 14th rising concurrently and the Hyksos dynasty 15 taking control shortly after. Sekemre Kutawi Sobekhotep is usually considered dynasty 13th first pharaoh, and Mernefere I, while not the final pharaoh, was the last to occupy the Middle Kingdom, capital of EGYPTOLOGY, and the last of the dynasty with a significant recorded reign. Chronology and rulers. Egyptologist Kim Reihold argues that the 13th dynasty lasted from 1803 to 1649 BC, lasting some 154 years. According to Reihold, the 13th dynasty had some continuity with the preceding 12th dynasty, with the first pharaoh, Sobekhotep I, being the son of a certain Amenemhat. Reihold proposes Amenemhat IV of the 12th dynasty as a possible father. This is unlikely, as Amenemhat IV was succeeded by his sister Sobekneferu and not directly by Sobekhotep I, suggesting that Amenemhat IV didn't have any children. Reihold also proposes that the demarcation between the two dynasties reflects the rise of the independent 14th dynasty in the eastern delta, an event which he proposes occurred during Sobekneferu's reign. As direct heirs to the kings of the 12th dynasty, pharaohs of the 13th dynasty reigned from Memphis over Middle and Upper Egypt, all the way to the Second Cataract to the south. The power of the 13th dynasty waned progressively over its 150 years of existence, and it finally came to an end with the conquest of Memphis by the Hyksos rulers of the 15th dynasty, circa 1650 BC. According to Kim Reihold, the 13th dynasty's power reached its height under three successive powerful ruling kings named Sobekhotep III, Neferhotep I, and Sobekhotep IV, but the administration's power appears to have collapsed many decades later after the reign of Mernefere I, who is the last 13th dynasty king to be attested in both Lower and Upper Egypt. In later texts, this dynasty is usually described as an era of chaos and disorder. However, the period may have been more peaceful than was once thought, since the central government in EGYPTOLOGY near the Fayum was sustained during most of the dynasty and the country remained relatively stable. The period was undoubtedly characterized by decline, with a large number of kings with short reigns and only a few historical attestations. The true chronology of this dynasty is difficult to determine, as there are few monuments dating from the period. Many of the kings' names are only known from odd fragmentary inscriptions or from scarabs. The names and order in the table are based on three Egyptologists, Dodson, Hilton, and Reihold.